On April 16, 2011, a historic and unprecedented weather event occurred in the state of North Carolina. In an already very active month for severe weather, the outbreak in North Carolina on April 16th would only add to the death toll and destruction. A record-setting number of 30 tornadoes occurred on that day, with 12 deaths and EF ratings ranging from EF0 to EF3. The storm system originated from the Rocky Mountains and began its trek across the United States on April 14, 2011, producing tornadoes in Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, and Arkansas on that day. It then moved into the Mississippi River Valley on the 15th of April, producing tornadoes in Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia. For both the 14th and the 15th, the Storm Prediction Center in Oklahoma predicted a moderate risk for severe weather in those areas. As the storm crossed the Appalachians on the 16th, Mother Nature had different plans for what would happen for the disaster to unfold in central and eastern North Carolina. The rare parameters that set up that day will likely never be seen in our lifetime again. The weather parameters that came together on that day to produce such a historic outbreak were wind shear, or winds in different directions and different heights, warm, moist air from the Gulf, traveling from a southwest wind, and a lifting mechanism such as a cold front or leading edge of a storm. As these parameters continued to become better and better, on the 16th of April 2011, the National Weather Service in Raleigh issued a PDS Tornado Watch for central and eastern North Carolina, or Particularly Dangerous Situation Tornado Watch number 150, the first in North Carolina in many years. On April 16th, the Storm Prediction Center also issued a high risk for severe weather for central and eastern North Carolina. This is a very rare scenario that usually never happens in the state. The only other time it happened was in March of 1984 when another tornado outbreak occurred. In the beginning of the afternoon, the thunderstorms initially developed as a squall line, but eventually separated into powerful individual supercells that wreaked havoc on central and eastern North Carolina. It wasn't until the early morning hours of April 17th that all the storms pulled off into the Atlantic Ocean. As one of the more powerful storms approached the Holly Springs area, I was able to capture some of the cloud-to-ground lightning bolts with my video camera. Here are some of them slowed down frame by frame so you are able to see exactly what happens. And as you can see, there are many different bursts of electrical current instead of just one lightning bolt, but it's way too fast for the human eye to detect and see. Right here you can see one right about there. You can barely see it. Here are some of the upper level clouds before the core of the storm that are pushed out ahead of the storm because of wind shear. As the storm continued to intensify and near the Holly Springs area, the darker clouds you see there are the core of the thunderstorm, where the most potent rain and biggest hail would be. Along the tree line, the greenish tint in the clouds can sometimes foreshadow tornadoes. Here is a radar image of the thunderstorm as it passed over Holly Springs. You can note the detailed hook echo in the left bottom portion of your screen. Hook echoes on radar are only seen from thunderstorms called supercells. Supercell thunderstorms can sustain themselves for very long periods of time and can drop tornadoes ranging in time of 1 minute to many hours of destruction. In the beginning, when the tornado first touched down, it destroyed a Sanford Lowe's home improvement and other retailers. The storm then proceeded to ride up Highway US 1 and wreak havoc on parts of Holly Springs and nearing communities. But after many miles, the storm neared and approached Raleigh. And here is a radar velocity data image of the storm literally right over the city of Raleigh. The radar is located very close to the city of Raleigh, so the data collected was very accurate. A key component of a Doppler radar is its ability to detect raindrops moving in different directions. In this image, the red colors represent strong outbound velocities traveling away from the radar, and the green colors represent strong inbound velocities traveling towards the radar. You can note the strong color contrast or couplet right over the word Raleigh. That is where the tornado would be. The next video you're about to see is from a photographer at WRL Studios who captured the tornado as it approached downtown Raleigh.
Screen if
That
we
almost
can.
looks like a wedge
Yeah,
tornado.
yeah,
Is-
that is That is probably a rain-wrapped tornado of some sort or another. There's very heavy rain wrapped around that particular circulation, whatever it is, and there's clearly something on the ground heading directly for West Raleigh. I cannot stress enough.
Because that's the BB&T building right there,
Yes.
and you're looking down 401.
Yeah, and I'm almost to the point now. Yeah,
we're sitting on top of the RBC Plaza. That's where the camera's located right
and I'd
now.
like to go ahead and make the recommendation for folks in the TV station that are not essential to the coverage. They need to get downstairs. This is a dangerous situation with a tornado moving in this area.
Please enjoy this video I put together for the massive April 16, 2011 tornado outbreak in North Carolina. It will give you more of a visual perspective of the true power of Mother Nature.
The National Weather Service in Raleigh